my God will judge Ferran Torres and Araujo, Ronald Araujo and Ferran Torres. You got a chance, just you and the goalkeeper. I don't know if he was trying to curl the ball. Ferran Torres, no. If I don't know what he was trying to do over there, like I don't know what the idea was, but how do you miss that?
After that chance, it appears that nothing seemed to work for you. One chance, Ben, and only bad game, and almost that was it. And now,
Omuasi debi omunfama VAR any offside.
right after 90 minutes of soccer fiesta, I'm telling you, Stamford Bridge, Champions League game between Chelsea, the Blues, and Barcelona. And yes, I'm going to Accra. Na ultimate game they started and na say adibia say Ferran Torres and Nyami and you be na say twa fa ho kra one more on target na Chelsea e ka say ne amamu chance mo nhye first na mo ntumi de na de eba mu de eba yi ewo mu na Chelsea bogu mu baako mienu miensa na nke bituma ye worse. It could have been worse for FC Barcelona. I'm telling you sir. Estevao ne Lamine Yamal omo debate now. I think that has been settled. Estevao has shown his supremacy. Say Joga Bonito no. Yes, or the aba Stamford Bridge. Who should say yes. He is the boss of the day. Or running things man Yama de koye na. On the other side, and so now to say Marco Corella, I saw a branch of your friend Lamine Yamal mo. Lamine Yamal akwana nya habayante anwe ene ibehwe ne yahwese den na nkoyam from FC Barcelona. I have the two panelists who I say from Barcelona ni na no e wotie on so na nye easy job sa but what jine ni so Benedict so e wa ha yehwe quickly na yen discuss game no say from I mean starting through what went wrong for a team Barcelona?
This is a very, I don't even know where to start from. Let me just begin by saying this. I've been saying this the whole night since the final whistle, or let me say from the second half, when the second half began. My God will judge Ferran Torres and Araujo, Ronald Araujo and Ferran Torres. Like, Nyamiam Bissau Mukra like me because we started the game, you could see that the game was moving, like the dynamics were changing. It was moving from one end to the other, where we were getting chances, they were also getting chances. You got a chance, just you and the goalkeeper. I don't know if he was trying to curl the ball. Ferran Torres, no. If I don't know what he was trying to do over there, like I don't know what the idea was, but how do you miss that in a big Champions League night? How do you miss such a chance? And if not for him missing that chance, because Lamine Yamal literally served it on a silver platter for him. So if not for him missing that chance, I'm not sure we'll be hearing narratives like Estevao and Lamine Yamal. And because when the game started, we were not seeing him anywhere. It was Abefu after Araujo also did whatever he does on Champions League nights. After he also did that, that was when we started seeing. Because in the beginning against Balde, Estevao, we were not really seeing him.
Okay.
But after him missing that chance, before we started, you were saying something about the PSG game. Yeah. When they missed their chances, you got yours. You took them. Yeah. That was
exactly what happened.
That was exactly what happened
against PSG, for instance. Desire Doué had a glorious opportunity to just smash the ball once to the net, but he wanted to do it in a very nice way.
And he wasted it.
Cucurella out of the way, but Cucurella was very intelligent and was able to read the situation, and that was their chance. So But Barcelona is a team where you create chances.
Yeah.
So after that chance, it appears that nothing seemed to work for you. Is it that, like, I don't know, is it that one chance Ben and Ondeba gave him and almost said that was it and now it was in himself Barcelona, though almost miss chances, but they create a lot of opportunities.
We did create the chances. We did from the beginning of the game when the playing field was level. You could see that there were chances coming from both sides. But after that red card and then the whole after the goal, you could see that like the whole like the dynamics changed.
Okay.
Because the way the game was going, it was obvious that whoever scored first was going to take the lead.
Yeah, sure.
So that was why I began by talking about Ferran Torres missing that chance because it was close. The game was close. Everybody was getting chance. Like you see one chance on one end, the next minute is on another end. So it was obvious that whoever took the lead was going to
win.
Yes.
Okay. No. Say fam no. Now can say Ferran Torres be first go nan come to me akọ win, but to me I'm on target cra. And it was sad to watch. Benedict, what went right for Chelsea?
Yes, I think say game we ni wie no enwuma e beto ni say abemu wie.
Sure.
Ade na Chelsea fans ye hwe na ne enya no. Every time we're talking about this Barcelona highlights, quite bia so no.
Chelsea
Shiana, we will just dismantle them. No, omu aside bi omumfa ma va any offside. No munsan fa asida ne ma Kopama ne door na e ball ne nine no. Enye no a nkene ka Barcelona benya da defeat omunya against Bayern Munich in a similar thing.
But if you mention Cole Palmer,
yes,
you can't mention Cole Palmer as a significant part of your midfield without considering that we also have
Pedri,
our engine out of the game.
Yes, but
so you
everybody
can't bring that
Obia benya the chances. That is where the master of highline breaking in Cole Palmer ebeba.
I know the offside
Eba no se Pedri dia ga said do bury ni nam. Pedri ga said do bekuno. Enu nti enu se said do enya yellow card. On the number no mu kwa. That is what Chelsea brings to you. And I think say Chelsea fans be brainy aje with the performance. I know say nka game ni ko anko year we will see people complain about adentin our strikers sti bench and I will start Pedro Neto up front. Adentin I say. And I think say to me the lineup was okay. The only problem I had was Garnacho. I think Garnacho ni level of production to the Chelsea setup no fem. Onyabo are taking on players no but he was looking at the highline space at Garnacho de Beba. And I think say Ebuano getting that early goal and also that second goal by a third goal Beba. But we can't end the conversation without not bringing in Esteval Willian. We've seen people talking about international breaky. It was just Esteval Willian. Can the boy be able to reach the highest ceiling in football? In himself, Brazil national team, he went in, picked the penalty, no share. The second penalty, Ancelotti said there be obifu from Kofambo because on pressure beba akwalane so. And we saw a player in Paqueta missing that penalty. It wasn't just a fluke in scoring that first penalty. And in 3 Champions League games now, Washe goes in all those 3 Champions League starts. And now at the biggest stage against Barcelona, which may prove a point. In 24 successful games, Barcelona, every Champions League game, Omushe go. This is the first time in 24 games that Barcelona has been limited to not scoring a goal in a game. It doesn't just come anywhere. And it comes at the level of Chelsea. Maker Adewe, you know. Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, they also share the same thing. They were scoring for fun till they met Chelsea. So Enzo Maresca done it this Jumano betimiaye without the top guns in the setup. Obey Jumano. So Chelsea fan be a shy. GDA no ese kwa Enzo Maresca mu. In top games, he's one of the best. Tactical game. Ebani say embo chest gamer. He's one of the best. And anyway, to me prove. And I did Chelsea fans say they can take this form, this encouragement from this game into other games. Because they will be Barcelona fan because muka ubihuna next week Burnley akwashemu na Leeds akwashemu we need to replicate the same thing in every game.
Sunderland.
We need to replicate it in every game because some people will be serious and big games, so it needs to move on. They said in the weekend they'll be playing against another big team in Arsenal. They need to show the same fight, the same hunger. But the players predicted, in the Champions League draw, we want Barcelona. Over 4 or 5 players in the Chelsea setup Barcelona. Chelsea fans were crying out for Barcelona. And as so the die has been cast. I think as of now, no. Listo. At this ABA FIFA, we are say 11. No more the bar. Share the world champions. Now for the Ashese Nyama, Timiako. Madrid A team. Madrid A team. Madrid A team.
That is the most painful part of this. Teams to say Madrid. Teams to say Madrid. Teams to say Man United.
Like can't team to more performance. I am from Madrid in the count.
Omunye Bika Efa Barcelona.
Debbie.
Okay, so let's move on. So in the last 2 Champions League games, Barcelona appliqué only 1 point.
Yes.
Oma conceded 6
in
the last 2 games. What is really wrong with this Barcelona team?
I think defensively, they are missing a lot. Indigo Martinez was one key figure in their team. Time because Indigo Martinez we did 30 something. And you say or be pay BB maybe me person me ball you are the Spanish national team and BB. He's looking at just playing for a big club like Barcelona. Obia betina. But it got to the time Barcelona had to let him go. Salary structure Nyama.
There was a session of his contract that stated that if there were an opportunity came and he wanted to,
and I think last season, that's that season before, no, he was one player now he wasn't even recognized in the team. Yes,
that's not true. Javi was one of the people that rooted for Indigo Martinez. I remember when everybody was coming at he was injured most of the time. When Javi was around that season, he was injured most of the time. So people were coming at him that why did he go? They were saying that why did you go for a 30-plus-year-old
center back
who is not even fit to, because when he was coming from Bilbao, he was even not fit before coming.
Yeah, so
but Xavi was the one pushing for him.
Yeah, but he was ready to leave.
Yes,
he was ready to leave.
But if you say that like in order to blame Xavi that if he was around Inigo Martinez, that's not true.
Most of the time he was basically on the bench under Xavi.
Because he was not available. He was injured most of the time.
Sikasem basafo sikasem onye because sikasem ye na player no contract won opportunity, but opportunity be na in Barcelona.
Yeah, playing for Barcelona.
Yes.
Oh, you have to take into account his age.
Yes, but everybody, if Barcelona would allow him to play, he would like to be at Barcelona.
I saw an interview personally.
You see, it is not even about players leaving. It's about replacement.
Yes.
Aradio is true. After the injury situation, it became worse. That is why there was an emergence of a young 17-year-old defender
coming in.
Because of Aradu, some of this were in the injury situation near there. So they were looking at say ordinary Christians in Grand. Why I was near there? You understand? Then all of a sudden, Aradu no mama babinya a mainstay in the team. And me ko mama ni problem. Unim say no. After all so fast and injury, untumi nya dey. And to me see that them. Then you have to go and rely on a 30-something, a 34-year-old defender.
Yeah.
If Indigo Martinez, Olivia, obviously, there was some young replacement. Because Aradio, no, Mumu said no, he or a problem. You cannot rely on him on the long term. So why didn't you invest in that area? At least a loan, because if Barcelona want a defender on loan with the option to buy. Barcelona will get. Because of their name and their everything. You understand? Marcus Rashford basically even came without knowing say about register and as because of the brand Barcelona. So I think the transfer market, wasn't really planned well, because when you say one of your best defenders, and he was basically the best defender last season. Paul Kubasi was the season before, but last season it was Indigo Martinez. So if I offer na mo manakwa, I think say Emerick Laporte that time he was going to replace Emerick Laporte. You could have even brought, because Laporte was experienced.
Yeah.
And at this stage, what you need is experience. You understand? Experience. Arajo cannot give you experience. He cannot also give you any youthful thing there. But what you can get from Laporte, then say, Wabole Canada.
Yeah.
And he's experienced.
As I now started with the Spanish national team.
Also. What and a Spanish national team is or started.
Oni Kubasi impone.
You understand? At the time now, you could have brought him in for at least for a season to see say Obetuma Boanas on to me there. But I think the market didn't help. But now they will have to go into the market in January, right? I
think Flick decided to bet on like what he had available, because during the preseason you could see that he was trying out this guy Gerard Martin as a center back, and then he had Christensen, he had Eric Garcia, then he had Araujo too. And Araujo, you could see that like last season someone will make an argument that he was not available like most parts of the season, but he came later on. So I think because of our wage bill too, someone had to leave. If we were going to sign a defender, one of those people had to leave. But as at the time that the transfer window was open, Christensen was out injured.
Also,
there was no way we
Christensen
he was out injured, and even him, like I don't even know what to say about that guy, because throughout this season he has played. Like when it's international break, this guy fits and in form
for Denmark.
like hot blazing form. But when it's time to play for Barcelona, when we need him, he's not available.
That guy is
so I don't know what.
Christensen, he gets panic attacks during games.
I think he's a coward. Like a lot of fear in him. He's a very good.
But he's someone that
there was even a rumor say Barca against Inter Milan. He was supposed to come in.
But later on, they said
he wouldn't be able to. At Chelsea, when he was at Chelsea, he did that twice.
Yes. Anytime
game at Chelsea, what big game is something. Now, so I think he's not one player to bet on.
Yeah. All right. So Diaba Naba, the Ebekebia announces score line. 4-3. A poor history books Musa Chelsea at a year Barcelona Soma. And then we know because DJ Akwakoda, DJ Yobi, and Opal, we say, how much best 5 o'clock, no, sorry, or because, or no, the TV Kaka be see, I know, or the TV, may say, I know, me by Mana is old to treat a honor. Ya said them Akwakoda. Chelsea be there, go. Man, catch you, Chelsea, and that be right to Chelsea often. That dinner Chelsea be yen and yama. Chelsea Musia and Musia, and Yami Adamo, 1 to 2:30. I will review the other games and preview the remaining matches. What's it? Say from Kansas.
But I have to say the last thing said. Okay. The most painful thing about this new Champions League format is that there's no chance to even answer to this. This is a dent on our appearance. Chaloba Wemu were able to request us, and indeed, oh God.
Danyamia say we nya home na we.
Danyamia say we nya ka obeji home na we. But those boys no. Ha. Nyamia adoma ochina ibesa atna se na dia ka chine dia yakra.